160 carriers out, which was exceeded any of our expectations. Just quickly before we discuss what we're doing here, I've already received messages from Depot 2. Depot 2 is refusing force back, and Depot 9 is holding a meeting as well to discuss what they're going to be doing. So as far as what we're facing here today, the word is that we only have one portion of callback. So on the one hand, that's great, and clearly they're listening to us, so good job guys, sticking together. But on the other hand, do we have any serious commitments that this problem is going to stay gone?
No, there's not.
It's just a Band-Aid.
So what we discussed on Friday was we voted on a statement which we brought to the meeting. I'm sure everyone remembers that. The statement asking for a written commitment that they will give us, 4 staff, not just 4 temps that are floating and then they're going to disappear sometime. We want 4 staff by March 14th. Yep. And until we get it, we're going to be refusing force back. On the same token, we want written commitments for the other stations that their staff requirements are going to be settled as well. So that leaves us with today. How are we going to approach this? Any suggestions? Should we still read the statement as a group?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't back down now.
Yeah, just because it's not happening today.
Yeah, just because today is a nice day, let's hit them anyways. We're serious about it.
Yeah. Okay, so we should call a meeting with management as soon as we go upstairs and
Yeah.
do the statement. Is everyone,
Just
show of hands, everyone comfortable with that?
Just put your arm up, never mind.
we're not supposed to do that.
Put your arm up if you want.
So, Joe.
Realize this. We're not asking something extraordinary here. We're asking that they allow us to do our job that we've been hired for and take care of the extra work that's out there if somebody wants to do it. So if there's people here who would like to do the callback,
Yeah, go ahead.
go ahead. And Godspeed with that. But listen, if everyone refuses, then this is going to send a very strong message to management that this is a problem that has to be fixed. There was a suggestion at the meeting yesterday that some management might go around and try and pick on people who they think they can manipulate. But you know what? If everybody is on the same page, what are they going to do? Are they going to lock this office out? Well, if they lock this office out, well, then that automatically turns us into what?
It's a lockout.
It's a legal straight.
Well,
So let's just take it one step at a time. Let's send the strong message that we don't want to go out 30 degrees below weather and do forced overtime. And let's just see where the chips fall from there.
Yeah, Jerome has a really good point. We don't know how management's going to react, but what we can do, if anyone is served suspension or is being intimidated or bullied, we can just call. I know people might be getting sick of meetings, but that's a good opportunity to revisit and see what we're willing to do at that point.
We definitely have gotten attention of the upper management in Edmonton because look at what happens today. We've got bodies from other offices. We've got a new person. We've actually got a trainee that we trained in our office.
Welcome to the club.
But it's because we've all decided to come together and meet. I've never been in an office that had meetings like this, and we've all attended.
Well, Depot 7 did, but
Yeah,
those are drinking.
Enough about Devil's Alright guys, so
That was tea.
Yeah, that was tea.
So it's good. I feel we have a strong position. I feel we're all on the same page. So let's
Let's
go
go
upstairs. I'll ask management to come up. Everyone stand together. You may or may not know, yesterday we had our big meeting. Very inspirational. Far exceeded any of our expectations. Had about 160 carriers throughout the city attend. At that meeting, Depot 3 had brought forward a statement, which I've been asked to read to you guys here today. On Friday, February 4th, Jim Lang, the head manager in Edmonton responsible for the staffing of our delivery zone, was invited by the workers at Depot 3 to come and discuss how many staff would be hired to alleviate the long-standing forced overtime crisis and when we would be getting them. At this meeting, Mr. Lang acknowledged that the company's job offer process for temps was broken and that the company's profound inability to retain new trainees must also be seriously evaluated. Despite admitting these faults, Mr. Lang refused to make any staffing commitments to fix the forced overtime crisis. As a compromise, the workers of Depot 3 countered by asking if Mr. Lang would commit to giving our station 4 new workers, which is an insufficient amount to fully staff our station, but an acceptable first step in addressing the shortages. Mr. Lang, again, refused to commit. We all left that meeting feeling very angry and deeply frustrated. Many of our co-workers were, for the first time, forced to come to terms with the realization that Canada Post truly doesn't prioritize our well-being as employees. The following Monday, February 7th, a Depot 3 Work 4 meeting was called, and we all gathered in the lunchroom to discuss what Mr. Lang had said. We all felt the same. Not only did Mr. Lang fail to make any reasonable gestures toward fixing the crisis, but he insulted us by following up his committed inaction by repeatedly saying he was dedicated to protecting our health and safety. To this, we responded with a unanimous vote to follow the lead of White Mud Depot and issue a demand to end forced overtime by February 28, 2011. This demand was presented to Depot 3 management by the entire workforce on Friday, February 11th, and has since also been supported and submitted by Depot 9. It has been 24 days since our meeting with Mr. Lang. We never heard anything back from him, but our supervisors tell us that 2 temps will be assigned to our station as of today, and that the company has been conducting emergency training sessions. These developments clearly teach our depot 2 important things. First, changes to our working conditions are only made possible by our willingness as a workforce to unite against management and make firm demands. And secondly, we have not yet asserted ourselves forcefully enough in order for management to take us seriously and supply us the bare minimum of what we require to do our jobs in a safe and dignified manner. This said, we, the workers of Depot 3, have no choice but to refuse forced overtime until the following demands are met. 1, that we receive a commitment in writing from head management that we will be getting 4 new staff by Monday, March 14th, 2011. And secondly, that every depot receives written commitment to fulfill their own minimum staffing requirements as democratically determined by the workers of that station. We are giving the company one more opportunity to respect the health and safety of all Edmonton postal workers and uphold its legal obligation under the Canada Post Charter to provide frequent and reliable delivery. Our job as postal workers is not to suffer from the mistakes and mismanagement made by this company. Canada Post, do your job properly so that we, the workers, can do ours.
Hey! Restructure. We have lost somebody every 6 months, a body every 6 months. And that's because of somebody with a bar chart has decided that we don't need that many people. But apparently we do, because why are we doing all this overtime?
Again, I was asking where the 4 came from. So, according to
So we're actually down 7 people.
Let's get these bar charts. When we're healthy, you guys keep reducing positions. If we're healthy last year, we lose 2 this year. If we're healthy the year before, we lose 2. Every time we're healthy the year before, you keep taking bodies away.
Okay, so as a reward for having good attendance, we lose bodies.
Exactly. And again, we have recognized that changes have been made. We don't think it's a coincidence that ever since we started getting together and making demands as a group that, it's forced some people to actually take some action. The question is, are those actions lasting, and are they enough? And today might be a good situation. We have no structural guarantee that tomorrow, a week from now, that we won't be back in the same place that we were, a week or a month ago. And again, what happens?
We don't have full-time employees here.
Yes, and the company, and again, we understand completely. You guys, as middle management, aren't the people pulling the strings for who gets the people. You're in the unfortunate position of being the messengers, and again, it sucks, but it's this is the avenue. This is the avenue we have at our disposal because your bosses keep hanging you out to dry. So, with the demands, sending them up to Jim, now that more of the city is on board, gives you guys an opportunity to say, look, what's happening? The workers of the station feel that what you're offering isn't adequate enough. Now, what they do with that, we'll see. And at the same time, we're not remaining idle or stagnant in this either.
My question is, on these yearly charts of stats for the attendance, what is the number of good attendance, and what is the number for poor attendance that staffing will resume? If there's poor attendance, what number do we need to
We have to be serious.
Exactly, because for the last 3 years, or how many years have been doing this, 2 years or more, we've been penalized as an office because we come to work.
Yeah, but we got to book this down.
Yes, we do get
Oh, yeah.
But, so I would like to know what the numbers are that, or to keep staff and gain the staffing positions back that should be here, because there has not been a walk that's disappeared since this office last restructuring.
We should have other absences, people who are floating. That's how it used to be. You'd have other absence positions here, and if there was nothing for them to do, no walks, well then either they went to another office or they did stuff around the office here, sorting or counting out householders, helping out somebody who needed help on the street.
Some newbie.
See, they've nickel and dime staffing, not only here, but apparently from the meeting yesterday, everywhere.
In every department of the post office.
So all we want to do is to get back where we are a healthy, fully staffed office. And we have some breathing room. You know, like right now, Stacey says, if he went home sick, what would he? He'd be forced back, wouldn't it?
Just to substantiate what Jerome is saying here, I'm in OA, I've been on long-term since November, and I will be continuing until Terry comes back. No one has replaced me. No one has my position to try to cover some of the other absences that have gone in this office. So that's directly resulting what we're talking about.
You realize that this modern post is all the end-all be-all for Canada Post. They figure this is good. That's why they're not hiring anyone, is because they figure they're just going to distribute the people that they have to the positions that they'll have already projected in their new modern post. So, but they have to realize it's not going to work that way.
I think it's sounding like we're yelling or arguing with you guys. We know that you don't make the decisions, and unfortunately you're in middle management and you get the brunt of both sides. So it's not you personally. We enjoy working with you guys and that, but we need you to take it further because we're fed up with it, and there's no reason